The reading is from Matthew chapter 18, verses 10 to 14. See that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that their angels in heaven always see the face of my Father in heaven. What do you think? If a man owns 100 sheep and one of them wanders away, will he not leave the 99 on the hills and go to look for the one that wandered off? And if he finds it, truly I tell you, he is happier about that one sheep than about the 99 that did not wander off. In the same way, your Father in heaven is not willing that any of these little ones should perish. And now it's my absolute delight to welcome John and Gillian. It's been so lovely to see you at a distance and pre-recorded, but even better to see you in person, so welcome.
Well, good morning, and it's a lovely morning, isn't it? Sun is shining and it's good to be here. I just want to start really by saying a few thank yous. Thank you to Jack and Brian for looking after us and being the link, but also to the church and all those individuals who've invested in us as a family and the children from afar just by your prayers and support. It really does make a difference. So we wanted to say thank you on behalf of the children and for us as a family as well. And I can't believe it's 3 years that we were sat in a restaurant with everybody, a lot of people here, having a Thai meal. Do you remember that? That was amazing. What a great time we had of fellowship and just sharing food. And for all of you at home enjoying a cup of tea, I would imagine, sat there in the sun, hi, and please don't feel you're not part of the service today, because you really are. I wanted to just share a little bit of an update. I know some people have got our newsletters and things, but we're going to have behind me, or in front of me, there we go. Just for those who know about the food bank at the Place of Grace, that's going really well. Obviously, with the situation in Thailand at the moment, it's really used a lot. A lot of the elderly people in the communities come and use our food bank, as well as some of the mums and dads. But as you can see from the pictures, they really appreciate the food. And we just sit and generally chat, how are you doing? And pray with them if they'd like us to pray with them. And that's a real special time of just understanding the stories and situation that can be really, really hard for a lot of the elderly that are struggling with different illnesses. So we really appreciate the support for that. The children's groups are always loud and noisy and great fun. You never know what's going to happen. And that's where we do the arts and craft. We have a little Bible theme and we do a bit of food as well. And there's a great atmosphere. And that's been going really well. We have the youth groups as well on different evenings through the week. And then we have the discipleship groups. These lads are really good. There's not just the lads, the girls come as well, but in this photo, as you can see. And we sit, we have a drink together, and we talk, and we do a small Bible study. And that's, again, a really good way of engaging with some of the teenagers in these communities. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea, and Gillian's going to come and share now about some more of the work.
Good morning from me too, and I just want to echo what John said. Most of the time we work hard and long hours, and it can feel quite a lonely job sometimes, and it's amazing for us to come home and just be reminded that we're not on our own, that you're praying for us, that you're supporting us, and that just means the world to us. It encourages us more than we can say to know that you're in this with us, even though we're so far away most of the time. So thank you so much for supporting the work that God is doing over at the Place of Grace. I'm going to fill you in on something new we've done over this last year or so. One of the things that's troubled us for the last few years is the dropout rate from school. Most of the children and teenagers who come to the place of grace seem to drop out from school around age 12 or 13. And in our experience, that the influences in the communities around them means that they don't usually do anything good with their time. They might get some jobs and stuff, but it's hard for them. And so we've been praying for a long time, Lord, what can we do to make a difference? What can we do that's going to help them more? So through lots of different things that happened, God really led us to start a learning centre, or really a school ourselves, and that seemed like such an enormous thing to do, but God prompted us each step of the way and equipped us each step of the way. So a year ago, last July, we opened the doors. It was slightly delayed from COVID, but we opened the doors to our first 7 students, including our own Joel. And so we teach them in English, and learning in English alone will lift these children out of poverty, because the opportunities for children who learn in English are only there for the rich children who learn in international schools. So learning in English alone will change their lives, but they get so much more from it than that. They love coming to school. It's a safe environment. They can be themselves. They're learning with a Christian curriculum. Some of the children don't eat so well, so we can feed them on a lunchtime where we couldn't usually do that. And we've generally seen them thrive so much. And we've seen them change. One of the mums said to us, well, my son, he used to come home and beat his siblings a lot. She's a single mum. And she said, and he doesn't do it anymore. He's changed so much. And we obviously teach them about God too. So it's gone so well that this year we've thought it would be amazing to be able to extend that to more children. We've only had one small room available, so we couldn't fit any more children in there. So we've prayed hard, and God has provided 2 new buildings. So we're moving the Place of Grace 2 even for the price of the one we've had, which is just amazing. So God has really done amazing things with that. So we're busy. Well, the staff are busy. We were busy before we left, moving into the new buildings. And so, there's pictures of the new buildings there, those 2. But what we're going to do is we're going to show you a little short video so that you can see kind of more in real life all of the things we've talked about. Hope that helped you to visualise some of the things that we've been mentioning. One of the groups that supports the food bank at the Place of Grace in Bangkok is a group of American Marine veterans. And when they came to visit recently with some food, they said to us, "We like what you do because our motto as Marines is no one gets left behind." And they said, and that's what you do too, no one gets left behind. And that set me thinking, isn't that fantastic that they can see the nature of God in the work at the Place of Grace? Because that really is the nature of our God. Whether you or I know it, and even if we know it, whether we feel it, we know that each one of us is so precious to God that he will go to enormous lengths to make sure that no one gets left behind. He wants us so much that he goes to enormous lengths to reach us and also to care for us. In our Bible reading, it wasn't enough that there were 99 sheep. God still had an eye for that last one too. And we see that in the lives of the children we work with. Many of the children we work with have been abandoned by one or both parents, and they all live in poverty. You saw the slums where they live. All of our children live in those slums. And they, near enough all their families are Buddhist. And Buddhism teaches them that they're poor, and the other issues in their life are because in their previous life they didn't do well. So this is their kind of karma, as it were, for their previous life. Whereas God teaches them that he has a heart for the poor and that he loves them so much that he will go to enormous lengths to care for them. And one of the things which they always love to hear, they really love this to hear about this, is how God loves each one of those children so much that he called us from right round the world just to come and tell them how much he loves them.
So again, as we finish, we wanted to say on behalf of the Place of Grace and the families there, thank you. We really feel the difference when we're prayed for, and all the children are very grateful. We've shown them pictures before of the people who support us, the churches, and they're really people all the way over there care about us, and we say yes. So can I ask that if you would, and you'd still do, pray for us and support us, would you consider carrying on doing that? Because we really do need your prayers and also your support to carry on with the work that is going on. The way that you can do this, we have a table at the back with many different leaflets on. But the Place of Grace is a charity set up in the UK. We're also a foundation in Thailand. Every penny that goes to the Place of Grace goes to the work of the Place of Grace, and we're extremely grateful for that. If you would like to be more personally involved and invest in a child, we're running a program for the children that you've seen at the school to sponsor a student, so you can come again to the table and talk to us about that, and that would be fantastic as well. We're also looking for volunteers, so you're never too old. Obviously, you've got to get on the plane, and it's quite a journey. But we're always looking for volunteers who want to come and help. So please do talk to us about that. And if you come to the table that I think we're going to have out in the garden, we can explain more. But thank you, and God bless you for all your support and continued prayers, because it makes a difference in the children's lives, in our lives. It's even 7,000 miles away. So God bless you and thank you.